Hey y'all, welcome to New Orleans and the Curtis Design Studio. I'd like to take just a minute and explain to you the unique solution that Curtis Motorcycles employs for its output shaft and swing arm pivot. So here we have a quick setup. This is an axial flux motor. The gist of it is this motor has a great big honking shaft that runs all the way through it. And what we're doing is we're using that shaft as our swing arm pivot. So if you have a look here, this is the swing arm blade, right? This swing arm blade pivots on our drive shaft, making it perfectly concentric from rear pulley to front pulley. Let's investigate further. If I take the blade off, you'll notice we use this, which is called a drive plate. So this drive plate is keyed and splined to our output shaft. And as you can see, provides a great stable place to run a swing arm. The load generated from the swing arm goes to this pivot, which also rotates, and then is transferred into the chassis via our motor mount. So this motor mount has a bearing here and bolts on to either side of the motor like this. The loads transfer through the blade into the shaft, and then from the shaft into this motor mount. If you have a look, I'll pull our drive plate off, spacer, and big honking 38mm drive shaft. Now, interestingly, this spline shaft lives in two places. It's in the motor as the front drive, but this same shaft also lives in the rear of the motorcycle. It passes through the girder blade, which houses the bearings, then to the cush drive, which turns the wheel. So technically, this is a shaft-driven motorcycle that is driven by a belt. One of our overarching philosophies with the Curtis One is minimalism. And when I say the word minimalism, what I mean is that we very carefully analyze the function of each and every part and assign that single part many different functions throughout the motorcycle. Our minimalist design philosophy dictates parts reuse. We have parts that do more than one job. In fact, almost all the parts on this motorcycle do more than one job. If you laid out all the parts of this motorcycle out, you would find that 75% of these parts are used in more than one place, doing different functions. The unique solution for output shaft and swing arm pivot is just another example of that thinking. I hope you find it as interesting a solution as I do.